Hi there.
Hello, everyone.
From time to time, we get inquiries, but also out of personal conviction, we really want to almost keep you updated as to developments here at the Restory. We have been living here now for a little bit more than 4 months.
Going on 5 months.
Mm. And we are very grateful for things that already that we could attend to and sort out and so on. A lot of things happened. Um, and constantly we get inquiries as to what is going on there,
Mm.
what is happening.
And we also see it on social media in terms of
Mm.
the reaction to posts about what we're busy with, the renovations, photos, even the weather, just to show how misty and foggy it can get here. People really show an interest, and it's something that we so appreciate, but also something that we would like to make more available.
Yeah.
Um, and that's often a challenge for us because we are so um, um, pressed for making a living that we often don't have time to work on free material, material that like these conversations we want to keep available for people for free, but we would like to do more of those, and it's not possible for us because we have to work at making an income to make to be able to make it every month.
Yeah.
So that's been a stressor, I think, all along.
Yeah.
Um, at the moment, we're renovating the big house because of all the requests for people that want to come on private retreat. We still can't do group retreats, so we're still using the facilities at Forellenhof, which
For
is
which we are
very
very, very
grateful.
grateful.
We've done a couple of nice big retreats and another workshop, Enneagram workshop, coming up in November. And
And we also um, we find it very, very exciting to do the offline retreats as well.
mm,
Um, we had the Leonard Cohen retreat a few weeks back,
mm,
um, which was well supported. So we're constantly looking at ways of uh, getting the work out there using different platforms
mm,
within our means, because that is the big drawback.
mm.
We don't have a lot of funds.
Yeah, and I think it ties into what we were talking about last week about the
Mm.
edge walkers. When you in this big space, um,
In the
you
center of
the
the
center of the
tradition.
tradition, you usually have the backing of a church organization that sponsors retreat centers or retreats. So you have that. When you're on the edge, you are the one that has to make this work.
Yeah.
You don't have that backing,
Mm.
and I think we've been finding that a challenge all along.
Yeah.
We're in our 10th year of doing this,
Yeah, in
and
Wackerstroom, we've done it a little bit before that, but I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, we started before we moved to Bokostrom,
mm,
and it's constantly been one of the big things that we struggle with. Is on the one hand to widen our reach, on the other hand to have an income that will make it possible for us to do that.
and to keep the material and the work accessible.
Yes, yes. Even
Um,
retreats so that they
yeah.
don't become too expensive,
Yes.
because that is also a real problem in times where people are more and more struggling financially.
Yeah.
So we are very lucky that we and grateful that we have support in the renovations of the house. Um, and that is, we would not have been able to
No.
do that. The workshop spaces and the studio space we cannot do because we do not have the finances for that. um, so that is put on hold because of the need becoming so large for people wanting to come here.
At this stage, we actually between a rock and a hard place, because there's a lot of work to be done. At this stage, we don't have a workshop space. Things are being done out of a garage and so on, and machines are uh, stored under boxes and stuff like that. And there's not a particular pottery studio space for Matilda, but there's a lot of interest, and we need the workshop space to do the work on the other places.
Mm.
So that needs to be looked at, but we don't have funds to do that. Um, and then more and more inquiries as to private retreats, people wanting to sleep over, coming to see what we do here, and we need the cottage is too small to accommodate them.
Mm.
So we have to fix the big house. So for the time being, we've moved the work on the workshop and the pottery studio more to the background, attending to the main house, but then also to establish an interim pottery studio
Yeah,
for you.
because of the need for the pottery workshops. So George has they're busy fixing up an outbuilding, smallish outbuilding, as an interim studio, and we will make use of the three car garage if we have bigger groups to use that thing for workshops. So we're constantly thinking creatively, making plans to try and keep the boat afloat.
Mm.
But still, it is our main concern is how to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And in that regard, we've been looking at platforms. People keep saying, why don't you have a paid subscription on your talks? Um, so that you can have some form of wider income, wider reach because of that, and that can make us more financially secure. So we've been looking at platforms. There's so many. There's um, support a buddy. There's
Patreon.
Patreon. There's quite a number of these. But we've discovered one that is specifically for writers, and the sort of sub activities around that, and it's called Substack, and it looks like a really good platform for us. It has different levels of subscription, just like the others, where you have a free subscription and you will be getting these talks like you normally would free, and then you would also have a level where there's a small subscription fee per month, and where we would then love to put more news, more footage, more of what we're doing, more talks if it's even possible, um, just so that we can have some form of more steady income.
Mm.
So that is definitely in the pipeline, and that will be happening soon. So we're just mentioning it so that you will know what it's about.
When we give the news through and announcing that platform as well, I think something that I want to add to what you've said just now is it grew out of the growing uh, interest and the growing amount of viewers that we get on our recordings.
Yeah, so we're definitely feeling that our community of viewers and people that are interested in what we are doing are growing, and that we are now at a stage where we can actually try and make it even wider and open it up more, and we need to do it in a way that we are getting an income, because otherwise we don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
So,
and what is good about Substack is we can move current material or material, we can integrate that into Substack, so it's almost everything under one roof, and you can go back and you can,
and it's very user friendly for us who are not that capable with all these new apps and things, but also for people using it to see the material, to get in touch with the material.
Yeah.
So I think
and maybe another thing is it helps to find a platform where, as we said, it's under one roof, because our biggest platform is social media, but it takes a lot of time.
Mm.
It's hard work to keep feeds going.
And at this stage, it's just to grow the community. There is
Yes,
no income in that for us.
yeah,
It's just to put out the work that we're doing. So it's more uh, an awareness that we're creating. It's
yeah.
not in any way um,
Generating an income.
time spent generating an income.
Yeah,
So the harder we have to work earning an income, the less time we have to do that.
yeah.
So it's a little bit of that.
Mm.
But I think also in terms of we've been so blessed with people helping in so many ways, and for that we will always be so thankful. And people often say, "But tell us your needs, tell us what you need," because financially there's big there's
Expenses.
expenses needs just, and it's a simple life, but it doesn't necessarily is an easy life because of all the costs involved. But then there are other needs, and people say, just tell us what it is. So if you are interested in helping in another way than financially, and you want to know what our needs are, maybe just contact us and we can send you a list of the things. We don't need new things. When we just moved in here, our washing machine packed up, but it was completely, it's not fixable.
It's such an old model.
Yeah. And so we are borrowing a washing machine at this stage, and maybe somewhere there's a washing machine
Mm.
standing that is in perfect order, and that's not needed. So it's things like
Because
that.
the washing machine uh, came more to the foreground. Initially, we had on our wish list or on our bucket list to buy a dishwasher so that when people are here, we don't spend too much time in front of the zinc washing the dishes. So
Yeah.
the dishwasher will help with that. And we say, all right, that's the first thing that. And then just as we were about to move, the washing machine packed up. So the dishwasher is back.
And the fridge packed up,
And the fridge
needed to
packed
be
up.
fixed. So
Yeah.
there went our dreams of a dishwasher. So it's things like that that will make life easier, but also make things run smoother around here.
Mm.
And so if you feel that you want to help in that regard, and you contact us, then we can get a list out to you. And I, of course, under no obligation. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
maybe there's something.
Because it can be something so practical that comes in so handy. We have people busy renovating their house and outbuildings, and there's old zinc corrugated iron from roofs that they've donated, and it's worth
its
gold.
because it's old and thick and exactly what we need to fix the outbuildings.
And
So
to make doors for our workspaces. So that corrugated iron is we're
it's
so
heaven
grateful.
sent.
Yeah,
So it's really not a question of
new stuff.
We love making do with what we have and with what people can offer us. So we will be very grateful, and we are grateful for what we are actually receiving so much from the community, and we always just want to thank you from our hearts. We really do feel appreciated.
Yeah. And that gratefulness, um, it's not around only financial support or tangible support, but also emotional support,
Yes.
encouragement.
Yeah.
People, if one can use the word, validating our work. It's our validation doesn't lie primarily in that, but it is a big encouragement.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that, and that we can share this with you, and that there's interest in the work. And thank you that with your help we can continue this work.
Thank you so much.
Talk again next week. Keep well on that side.
Bye bye.